what people are like here and all that. We have a song that actually goes into depth on it on one of the subjects. Are people who like to go around ERP and are fucking like bunnies. We have a song that is called Bunny Pop, and it actually talks about that. We deep dive these topics that we want to talk about.
Welcome to Metaverse Degen. I'm Lion.
I'm Old Man Raptor. And folks, we have 3 guests here today, and they are, and we'll start from the left, go to the right, if they know their left from their right.
Hello, I'm Crystal. I am
They're
the
fighting
lead
over
singer
who's going
and
first and who's
the
going last.
owner of Virtual21.
Oh,
Oh, I'm in the middle. Oh, this is rigged. I'm Cobalt37. I'm Virtual21's guitarist.
Oh wait, is my mic all functioning? Yo, it's me, Nub the Dub, I guess. I don't know, I'm Chosen Nub. Nice to meet you. I am a bass guitarist.
well, thank you 3 for joining us. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you.
Yes,
Oh,
it's great to have you guys here.
And it's a wonder to be here.
so what are you? Well, you said what you're known for. How did you get into VR chat, and how did Virtual21 even get started?
Well, from my personal experience, I joined VR chat roughly around 2018, and it was only a year beforehand that I actually got into VR. I got into VR chat originally as an escape to the shit show I called life. It wasn't the best, and it wasn't going to get much better. I've spent the years figuring out my life and figuring out where I wanted to go, and VR chat has become a home for me. I started on what is now considered the PS VR2. I actually worked on the predecessor with it. I worked with the original PS VR for PlayStation, and gods was that thing a piece of shit. But it was something that I could get into VR with. Took me years, and I figured out what I wanted to do with my life. I came to VR chat, I found a home, I found friends and family, and it's been an amazing journey. Drama, happiness, sadness, everything in between. I've enjoyed it, even the downsides. For me personally, it's been the best thing I can get. It's where I found the love of my life, and it's where I want to stay. When it comes to Virtual21, Virtual21 is actually the second iteration of an original band idea. I have gone through 2 to 3 ideas, one that actually was almost fully integrated, that did fall apart. We don't really talk too much about it, but let's just say the band members didn't get along, so we ended up having a bit of a hissy fit. Virtual21 is my version of what is it like to be online and trying to be popular. It is also the engagement of growing up with VR and learning to live a normal life in a society that calls people like me and everyone around me freaks. We express ourselves musically because it's one of the best forms of expression. We sit down and we play our hearts out, make music that we hope others can relate to. We start off with our actual first song that is debuting today, November 11th, 2024. It is our song Survivors. We started with an idea. I personally was the inspiration behind this song, as I have actually lived through a lot of abuse through my life, and I've learned to cope with it. And Survivors is an expression of that. It is an expression of what is it truly like to sit there and survive family, friends, and lovers torturing a person because they didn't get what they wanted. And I originally created the song to be inspiration for others, to let them know they're not alone. That is the idea behind Virtual21 and Our Song Survivors. Music for others to connect to.
So, what got you, Cole, and chosen into VRChat, and how'd you get into the band?
You want me to go first, you? And you pointed at me. I actually got into VR chat because I got in around the beginning of this year. Actually, I haven't that long. I bought the Quest 3 because it had just came out, and adult money. So I decided I'd throw out some money, try to get it VR, and I saw that VR chat was a free game. On here, I met a lot of what I'd consider my closest friends, and maybe even family. I have also met the love of my life on here, and I plan to meet up with them someday. I started playing my guitar on here. I had been playing almost 9 years. I think actually 9 years as of last week. So I started playing on here more and showing people what I could do. I eventually ran into Crystal and some of the people that we had originally had in the room, and
Oh,
Think he's lagging out.
and I love. Damn, am I lagging out? Damn it.
Shit, internet.
I love, yes, garbage. But I love expressing myself through instruments. I mostly play guitar. I do play a whole slew of pretty much anything with strings on it. But guitar I've been playing for around 10 years, or no, not 10, 9 years as of last week. So, yeah, other than that, I got on to VR just because it was a free game, and now I'm addicted to it.
Who says they're not addicted to this game?
fair.
You don't have to go to the bathroom. The door's right behind you. All you have to do is wander right out. You got no problem. You got to go to the bathroom. Yeah, the door's closed. Sorry. We locked it just for your case. I'm sorry. Once you get in, you can't get out.
Oh, whoops. Oh, I'm number 4. I'm chosen nub. And I just joined VRChat because I'm bored, I guess. I don't know. I was dragged in here by Crystal to the band, and I don't know, I'm a goofy YouTuber, I guess.
You can't say dragged in. You have talent. I've seen said talent. I offered you a position and you said yes.
No, we
Uh-huh,
definitely
after you
dragged chosen
threatened
in
me.
by his full body
Alright.
tracking.
Oh, come on. We have to take advantage of the fact that he's the only member of Full Body.
That's kind of funny. You
That's
say you're one of the
my
only
friend.
members of the band who's not addicted to VR chat, but you're one of the only members in the band who has full body.
I got full body tracking by accident. Just,
What the fuck? Get your foot out of the door. What the hell, man? I just got it painted. Oh, okay. I got a question for him, Lion. I got a question for it.
All right.
Hey, since we're starting at the beginning of when you guys came in, what was the weirdest thing you ever saw in VR and you decided, I'm out of here? And
Crystal.
don't point to your. Oh, you. Oh, God.
I'm a whore, but damn.
Oh my God. Well, I opened up a can of worms. Whoops. So what was the weirdest thing you ever saw in VR? What's the weirdest thing
Personally,
you guys ever
was
saw in VR?
Black Cat lobbies.
Fair.
We all
That's
know
a very
what
fair
those
answer.
are. I've
To the
been
point.
inside of the Wee Jesus ones, and they were the only ones that had some tameness to them, but everybody was high off their asses in that fucking lobby, so no one was really doing shit. But all the other ones, oh my god, I cannot tell you how bad they are. Like, you just have to experience them for yourself. And that's saying to all people who want to get into VR chat, don't go to Black Cat lobbies. It is not something you want to do. I highly suggest against it.
Don't listen to Crystal. Go to the Black Cat. It must be your first lobby.
I should know I spent a lot of time in there. I go in there at least every day. That's where I play my guitar and get a lot of content. That place is tons of fun.
So what about you, Cole? What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen?
No, I'm kidding. I probably just some weird people wearing weird avatars on Black Cat. I can't really remember that far back. Bad memory, but I mean, there was yesterday. I saw this guy in a train avatar, and he just spent 3 hours running his avatar in a circle with train noises. That was probably one of the goofiest things I've seen that I can remember. But most of my time is spent in a Black Cat lobby just playing guitar all day long, practicing, learning new songs.
Until we drag ourselves into a fucking practice.
That.
Says you. Okay.
Motherfucker, I'm over here spending more time with my
Iceberg.
partners and shit. Don't even. I'm
Not
at least
fair.
not indulging into the fucking weirdness.
Haha, it says one to know. No, you know what? Just kidding. The iceberg.
The iceberg.
What's
The
I'm just the
iceberg.
tip of
What do
the
you mean by
iceberg.
the iceberg? What the hell are you talking about the iceberg? What the hell are you talking about?
Don't tell
The
him about the
VR chat.
iceberg.
Not, never mind, man. Just the iceberg.
We're just a tip of the iceberg compared to the rest of the goddamn game.
Okay, Crystal.
Oh, what? You think I'm the fucking shit under the water? Man, fuck you.
Oh, so I take it this so-called iceberg is the weirdest thing you've seen chosen up.
Yes.
Ah.
I must agree. I've seen this dude for ages. I cannot get over the chef hat.
So why the chef hat? The Spartan in a chef hat.
I don't know.
Because why the fuck not?
It does.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Fair. So since you guys are working to create a band, have any of you done like a live performance in real life or a VR chat before?
I have attempted live performances in VR chat. It is a lot harder than you'd think.
Oh.
And then also, like I've gone through VR chat stages of being questy to PC. Being PC makes live performances 10 times easier than questy, because quest side everything wants to, like you can bring up like music to play in your headset and have it play there while you sing it out loud, but then it doesn't fucking stay up. It'll actually close itself and be like, yeah, you're not playing anymore. But one of the worst ones is for live performances. It's just when you don't have a crowd.
Oh. Well,
That's because like the encore is like what everybody wants to hear. When you don't really have like a crowd like right in front of you, like you don't have like maybe 10 or more people, it just feels like you're not even like doing it right. They like you personally sit down and be like, am I even doing this? Am I doing anything right here?
oh. Okay. What about both?
I do play live. Play live. What the hell? I do play live locally in my area. I don't know if there's any recordings of it anywhere. Mostly in the festivals and random little goofy things they do in our area. They'll let you go up on the stage and play. So I go up there and I play guitar. Sometimes I have my best friend. He's a drummer. He'll play with me sometimes. You know, little fun, little stuff. Nothing crazy. Don't make any money off it. Just having fun.
Okay.
I'm unable to do that. I've been moving too much.
I have not done it yet.
I'm not kidding you. I've been all across the U.S. I have not had a stable place until now. So maybe people will start seeing me perform live IRL.
So a question for the three of you. We could start from left to right again. What got you three interested in music in the first place and playing your chosen instruments? Because I'm curious as where your backgrounds are.
I would say for mine, it's always been the fact that when I grew up, this is kind of a bit of a fucking horrible story, if you actually get into details. But growing up, I'm trans, and my entire life I kind of knew there wasn't something right with me. And self-expression has been the hardest thing for me, especially as an autistic ADHD person. Self-expression is almost impossible, along with the fact that my family grew up saying men need to suppress their emotions. You know, stereotypical shit. I had to grow up with that, with my family constantly basically beating me every time I cried. So, showing my emotions has always been a hard thing. When I finally got to a point where I could stand up for myself, I could start being myself, I started realizing that the best way I could express myself was through music, whether listening or making. I didn't fully start getting to making music until I was about 15, 14, 15. And that was after a lot of really fucking dramatic and horrible shit happened to me. But I started by listening to music that was very emotional. I started going down the path of listening to music that would actually overexpress my emotions. I found that was the best way to feel what I needed to feel. And that took me down the rabbit hole of, well, I listen to all this music, super inspiring. Why don't I start creating? I spent a couple years trying to do it on my own. I learned guitar for a bit, I learned piano for a bit. I wanted to learn drums, couldn't do that because family said no to a drum kit in the household. But I went down the rabbit hole. I learned that instruments aren't much of my thing. I feel more inclined with music when it comes to being vocal. Because when I sing, I can feel the emotion. I can sense it through every note in my voice. And that's how I've gone down that rabbit hole and learned my self-expression was music. And it's gotten stronger and stronger through the years.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that story, Crystal. It's much appreciated. What about you,
Yeah.
Cole?
Yeah.
Whoa, what are you doing here? This is wild.
What are you doing here?
I was here to remind these guys of something. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you going to remind them about, Lion? I wanted to remind them about something too.
By the way, did you have fun at pjkt or VCAT this year? Is there another convention that you're looking forward, but it's kind of not the season? Well, there's one coming up for Halloween that would be definitely down your alley if you're into spooky, scary stuff as well, which is HorrorCon, which is October 26th and 27th this year. So you should definitely go. See booze, people make stuff here in VR. Lots of crazy stuff for you to go check out.
There's also going to be DJs as well as many different worlds and events, from panels to amazing things along the way. You'll have to check it out. It is a 2-day event, like Lion said, October 26th and 27th. Make sure to be there. Go down in the description, discord.gg/pjkt, and also HorrorCon's Discord will also be down there as well. Go check it out. It'll be an amazing time. You'll probably see us there. There's a lot of amazing people, from horror creators to world creators of the horror genre, all sorts of stuff. You don't want to miss it.
Not at all. Go down the description. Everything you need to know to find out where to go to attend is right down below in the Hoobly What's a Thingy down there. So, sorry to interrupt your current viewing pleasure. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of whoever the guest is at this moment. I don't know who it is.
There's a lot. There's going to be a lot. We'll see you at HorrorCon. Woo!
See you at HorrorCon.
Well, I grew up, so a long time ago, me and my family were very poor, and my dad we had no other option, so my dad joined the army, along with some of his buddies. And when he was gone, he got shipped to Iraq and Afghanistan. I grew a really bad nervous tick. Like, I would sit here and just fucking, it was awful. Well, my grandma went to Goodwill, out of all places, and found a guitar there, little training guitar, and she gave it to me. And I started messing around with it, and of course I didn't have a teacher or anything, and guitar lessons are incredibly expensive. So I took this little MP3 player, and I went into the woods. It had the first song I ever learned on it, Wildwood Flower. It's a little country song, or a bluegrass song, really. And I just sat there listening to it and trying to copy it. As if I have never learned how to read sheet music. I do know how to read tablature now, but I used it as a coping mechanism because I was alone most of the time, with my mom being at work 24/7 and my dad being in the military. Eventually, they gave me my great-grandpa's guitar, which is the one I use every day. I do have electric guitars and stuff. I actually have 9 of them, but I got in it to help, and I realized how much I love music, specifically guitar, but I can play anything with strings on it.
He's a collector.
And but I just use it to express myself and to help me get through whatever it is I'm going through. If I'm stressed, feeling lonely, if something's on my mind, I'll go and I'll play a song, or 100 or 2, or whatever it is. My song repertoire is quite large now, and now it's been 9 years, and I have been it's been nice, and now I'm in a band, and we're posting our first song tonight, so I can't wait.
What about you, Chosen?
I was just dragging here.
Oh, come on.
Well,
I was
so you're just dragged
the
into playing
fuck?
the instrument you play, bass, as you said? What got you
Yes,
started playing it?
bass. Ever since they asked me to.
Well, he's more than just our bass player, actually. We're actually currently looking for our 4th and final member, but currently he is our bass player and our drummer.
Oh,
Because he's the one with the experience with the drums.
oh, so
So he got into the ability of just being dragged in, going, here's the drum set, here's the bass guitar, play this bitch. We don't got all day. What the fuck's your problem?
Well,
What the
right now
fuck?
we are trying to find a drummer so that he can actually play. We're trying to find someone to take the drummer because he's told me that he does prefer playing bass. So we're trying to find someone to fit that position so that he can play what he prefers.
So, Chosen, what got you started playing both the bass and the drums? What is your musical history prior to VRChat other than being dragged into a band?
Yes, we forced him into this.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm telling you, we dragged him by the full
Alright.
body.
I originally played drum because I wanted to first learn, and then I began playing bass because I got dragged to it anyway. But yes, I played a bit of bass
It
before.
wasn't by me.
Yeah, that is. I don't know about that part, alright.
You're the one who had the experience. You showed me you had the experience. I said, which do you prefer playing? You said bass. I said, until we could get a drummer in, you'll probably be playing both.
Oh, fair.
Okay.
I didn't drag you in. I gave you the choice. You could have said no.
Oh.
They
But,
argue
of
worse
course, I
than
don't
we
have a
do.
model yet.
His
Really?
dumbass. When I fucking wanted to bring him in, he had 3 choices that he was trying to persuade with. Yes or maybe. Sorry, two choices. He was trying to say yes or maybe. I was like, which do you want? You want yes or no? Yes or no? Not a fucking maybe. I was fighting with him for an hour to figure out what he wanted. Did he want to join or no?
All right. Well, with that said, the first song you guys are going to be releasing tonight, as you said, what is the history of that song, and what is the? Could you mind explaining the meaning behind it and your involvement in pieces of that song?
Yes. So, it is actually a very personal song for me. As the song itself, the title kind of correlates to two topics right now. Well, it directly correlates to one, and the other one is just by coincidence it correlates to it, especially with the lyrics. So the song is, its intention behind it is to enlighten people on abuse and to let those who have been abused know they aren't alone. The song itself is one of my harder projects because it took me a long time to put it into words. And one of the phrases in the song is, I'm a survivor, I'm a fighter. I will not be held down any longer. What that line specifically correlates to is, I don't put up with bullshit. I'm not gonna keep getting beaten down. Whether they keep fighting me and hurting me, I'm still gonna fight. I'm still gonna live, and I'm still gonna thrive. It correlates to my rough past with my exes and my parents. The direct one I can recreate to is my family. My mother and father weren't the best of people. They're Catholics, so their whole belief is, you're straight and you're perfect. If you're not straight, you're not perfect. That whole ideology. I sit here and I said, I went through the phases, of figuring out who you want to be. I went from gay to bi to yada yada yada, all the way down the fucking line to where I am today, being trans. I am proud of who I am, and this song is a representation saying, I don't care what you think of me or what you wanted me to be. I'm proud of who I am, and I will keep fighting for it. And that's the message behind the song. I will keep fighting, and I want people who go through abuse to know they aren't alone. Now, when it comes to the second topic of the song, that is by chance, is 9/11. Surviving 9/11 is a fucking hellhole, and there are a lot of people who get badgered for it. And it's just by chance that it correlates to 9/11. I didn't realize it until about 2 weeks ago when we were on the end of our production.
Cool.
And I was just like, I think people that have survived 9/11, if they hear this song, I really hope that the message behind it greets them well.
So,
Question formal
Oh,
line. I
shoot.
got one formal line. Okay, so you guys talk about your music and stuff like this, and when you guys are out not doing your regular songs and stuff like this, where do you get your inspiration from? Some music people turn around, it's a word, one word, and they can just run with a whole song.
Yeah,
Where do you get your inspiration from?
So, a big inspiration, and me and Cole are actually the main producers of the lyrics behind the song right now, behind our songs. We sit down and we'll discuss every song that, I come up with an idea, he comes up with an idea. We're like, where do we want this to go? So one of our actual soon-to-be albums, I can kind of sneak peek it. It's called Virtual Lifeline. It's a song all about VRchat, talking about what people are like here and all that. We have a song that actually goes into depth on it, on one of the subjects. Are people who like to go around ERP and are fucking like bunnies. We have a song that is called Bunny Pop, and it actually talks about that. We deep dive these topics that we want to talk about. And we do have songs that are like representing other songs. We have 2 songs that actually represent Johnny K9 songs, because I personally got permission from him to actually work with some of his songs, which I was actually really glad to get that permission. But we deep dive subjects talking about VR and real life. We're not just Virtual21. We're not just virtual. We're real people who want to sit down and let the world know we exist. Let the world know that they aren't alone, and that this virtual world has its hiccups, but it's the same thing as the real world. The real world has its hiccups, and we live with it on a daily. So why not come here and just enjoy the good? And that's what our music is about. Expressing to people that, one, you're not alone, and two, there is a lot of good in this world. Just gotta learn how to find it. I mean, wouldn't you agree with that, Cole?
Definitely.
Anything else you want to say on that question?
No, I think you nailed it on the head.
Yeah.
The third party over there just sits there and shakes his head like, yeah, I got dragged into that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he got dragged into here.
Okay, I have a question for you, Chosen Nub. How do you feel about being dragged into
I'm
everything?
supposed to let them know that.
Let us know.
That's how he
I'm letting them
feels.
know.
Hey, come on, man.
Okay, I got another question for him. Why don't you just come up? Since you guys are doing your song and everything else like this, I tend to wonder that you're going to have a video out or something like that when it's released and stuff like this. When you guys get together, do you work as a group with what's the word? Fuck, I can't think of the word.
With the music
when they're
production?
Bird? Is bird the word?
yeah, the music. Okay, fucking smart ass. Now you're starting this shit. See, you're not the only one that deals with crap.
Okay.
Yeah, see, he's over here doing it in the center of it. But when you guys get together, I know it's only three of you now, and you're planning on bringing in a fourth. But when you're doing the video and stuff like this, is there any? How do you want to? When they're okay, you're going to do this, he's going to do that, and
Coordination?
just yeah, the
Yes, there is a lot
coordination
of
of it.
coordination right now. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm the singer, Cole is our guitarist, and Chosen is our bassist and our drummer. So we sit down and we figure out how we're gonna do things. For one, me and Cole sit down, we figure out where do we want the lyrics to go with this song. We need the idea behind it. And kind of our production is we figure out the lyrics and the melody at the same time. It's like, oh, this sounds great. Let's put this together. For one, like Survivors took me ages to figure it out because I was creating that song long before this band was even together. And I wanted to I may be technically the sole creator of it, but I want to give them some credit. I'm releasing it under our name. And like for music production, we kind of we figure out schedules, we figure out where we're gonna go, how we're gonna do it. We sit down, we discuss it. We're like, wait, we got this idea. Where do we want to take it? We got this idea. Where is it gonna go? And we just kind of like we do it as organized as we can, so that we don't throw ourselves into some fucking crazy chaos. We don't want to like, oh hey, we got all of this done, let's go do this, and like fucking bounce ourselves from one location to another, basically giving us all a headache on it. We'd rather take it one step at a time and build it up slowly.
So, I'd have a question for both Cole and Chosen as well. Have either of you been in a band before? Is this your first iteration of being in a band or making music with others?
Not fully. This is pretty much the first time we've done anything like this. Other than being in live performances at local little festivals, bars, and other stuff like that. I've never really been in an actual band per se.
I mean, we were all a part of one original band that was technically a culmination of two of them. But like I said, certain band members didn't get along, and it kind of just fiddle fucked around and ended up fucking everything over. So we all went our separate ways. Eventually, I got back into the groove of wanting to do the band stuff. I went out, I reached out, and bada book, bada boom, band.
Okay. So,
Wait a minute. I got another one. Hold on. Gotta hold it. And this is strictly for Chosen over there. So he's such the fucking quiet one, but more interactive than anybody I've seen in a long while in a band. So when you're performing with your partners over here in the band and everything else like this, yeah. Okay, I don't know what that represents, but okay, sure. Are you the wild one of the bunch, or just the quiet one doing weird fucking things off in the background, and people are watching? Then all of a sudden, you're doing something off the wall, just to turn around and going, "Yes, I'm still here. I'm just playing." Are you a kind of person that
Yeah,
all of a sudden just start?
that seems
Nailed
pretty
that
good.
on
He's
the
the weird
head.
quiet one.
Oh, okay.
He's the weird
Okay,
he's
quiet
the
one.
quiet
I'm
you'll be
I'm the
talking, having a
eccentric asshole.
conversation. You'll be talking, having a conversation. You'll turn back. What the hell are you doing? He's hanging upside down, doing some kind of dance. Like,
bro's like done it like upside down fucking JoJo poses, like fucking ooh, fucking
Yep, there it
leaning
is.
back upside down.
like, how do you flex like that? What? I can't go further than this.
I can't flex like that
Yeah,
either.
because you have
I
no
still
full body
question.
tracking. Duh.
No, but still physically,
Well,
I
yeah,
can't
but-
flex like that.
To be honest, that angle of holding it is quite impressive, Chosen. I'll tell you.
Oh, he can hold it for like a
Impressive.
solid minute or two. Like he can hold it like
It
they
is
are in the
crazy.
anime, like where they're just frozen, fucking there for like 3 minutes. Like, oh, fucking, he's crazy, but we all love him.
Okay. So, I have a question for all three of you. If all three of you as well. What about the VRChat music scene makes you want to participate in it?
For
I was dragging here.
So we've
You
so we
dragging
heard.
shit.
We know what we heard.
Something tells me that's gonna be the bit for the next
My
forever.
I know what I'm calling this.
So-
Chosen was dragged into it. That's what this is gonna be.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
That bit better
We got
play on
it.
for years.
Oh yes, that's going to be played on for years. You know what? We should definitely make a fucking song called "Chosen Was Drug Into It." Just that.
It's gonna be just
Oh.
bass. I'm gonna make you play the whole song.
Make a bass and drum heavy song that has one set of lyrics and it's mostly instrumental. And it's Chosen was dragged into it, and just all instrumentals other than that.
Yes.
Oh, look at him. Yes.
So, on to your question, why we chose the VR scene over the real scene. We're actually really hoping to progress to the IRL scene, but personally, I don't know any fucking musically inclined people IRL, even in my hometown. I was the most musically inclined person I knew. So, and that's not really saying much. Not at all. I came to VR. I found a lot of people who really did resonate with me, them being two of them. Sat down and said, you know what, you want to try it? Because I seen Whispers do it, I seen Johnny do it, I seen Nice do it, When Snake Sings does it, which are, by the way, all amazing people. Sat down and said, this is our inspiration. Let's fucking do it. And this is the scene that it's a lot easier here. I can say that. Because one of the biggest problems with playing IRL is timing and getting a location. Versus VR, we all be like, yo, what's the time? When are we doing it? We all get on, we go to wherever the fuck we want to go. We don't have to go and like book out a concert or some shit like that. We don't have to spend like $10,000 on a fucking stadium just to book it. We can just do it here. Don't even have to charge people. We'd be more like to charge for downloading the music itself type shit. Like producing CDs and stuff rather than, because like I personally, I know Cole does agree on this, we'd rather be able to let people listen to it whenever they want, wherever they want, and when we come into the VR world, we can go wherever. We can produce ourselves into multiple different fucking instances because of the like the stuff from Virality where they have that projector that projects like a three-dimensional image of the people on the stage. We can do that kind of stuff. Like there's a lot that can happen, and it's really great, and it's 10 times more accessible than the real world. And for one big problem, these two are on two different states than me. I'm all the way in the Central Coast. These two are on East Coast. IRL would be way too hard.
Fair. Now, what about you two, Cole and Chosen? What makes you want to participate in the VR chat music scene? I think I already know what Chosen's answer is, but I would ask it anyway.
We gotta play into the bit. We gotta play into the bit. I've been trying to do IRL for quite some time now, but one of the biggest problems with is if other people also have this dream, everyone wants to do it, but no one ever actually does it. So I know a good amount of people who are better than me even, but they won't put in the time or don't really want to put. You know what I mean? They go to try and then give up immediately. Now on here you can find a bunch of people who are willing to try. Crystal and we dragged him into it, but
Well, we can say this as a confident. Two of our old bandmates from the original band idea, they thought they didn't have the same vision we did. We have the vision of actually making this into a professional thing. Like, we want to eventually one day have income off of it. Like, we actually have people wanting to listen to our music, wanting our merchandising, all that kind of stuff. We eventually want that. Versus our old bandmates, the simplest way I can say it, they thought of it as a hobby and something you could do occasionally.
And then there's
And
Chosen.
I've met a lot of people. Yes, then there's Chosen. He was drug into it.
understood.
Oh, don't give me that look.
Sorry, Chosen. I have to pick on you a little bit.
I just Lion. I don't know what it is with Chosen, but for some reason I want pancakes. I don't know
Bro's a
why.
chef.
Oh, I got that.
So, what kind
He's
of
also the master
so,
chef.
question for you: with the songs that you make, what kind of musical talents are you cooking up under there? They're Chosen. Tell us.
Oh,
Wait a minute. I know what it is.
finally, he
Lion.
can't say he was drug into it.
Lion. He's
Yes.
got a rat under his hat. He's got a
Oh, yeah,
rat
he
under
does.
his hat. He's got a rat under his hat.
Fucking
About the
Chosen.
talk box. I'm gonna actually write a song about him getting back into this, except it's instrumental, I guess.
Oh,
I'll just
we're
use the talk
gonna.
box.
Oh,
We're gonna make that like we're gonna make that, and I hope it becomes our number one single.
hold on. In the last like 30 seconds,
Chosen
have the
was
only
drug
words of
into
the whole song was Chosen was drug into it. And that's the only thing. It's the
It should
last
just be a-
final.
Nah, it should be just an instrumental, and that be the end of it. Just an instrumental with that as the end, like a 3-minute
It just
long song.
ends, and it says Chosen was kind of dragged into this.
Oh, wow.
But when it comes to our band's like genres and stuff that we do, the only one we don't do is rap, and that's specifically because I can't sing rap. I don't have the voice for it.
Oh, so
If I get the talent for rap, we will consider finding a way to incorporate that into our music.
So you hinted on the album that you guys are working on releasing, it being VR chat related. What was the inspirations behind that? What made you want to choose like VR chat and the specific themes and topics of it? Hello, we're here to interrupt the most interesting thing being said in our current video to ask you a favor, which is, would you mind joining us at any of the socials we have, such as Discord? We're hanging out all the time playing video games, so you can catch us there very frequently. We have I run Twitter for us, which is LionTurtle21 on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. It'll always be Twitter. But either way, there's that. We also have a Patreon, which we actually have a whole other show for our Patreon members, which are Aliquum and the newest addition to the bunch, Future Oracle.
Niche and Forbidden Zero. Good friends of ours.
Yeah, thank you very much, you guys, for joining. It means a whole lot that you're
Yes.
there. And hope to see you there as well. We have a whole other show. There are some free ones we have released as well for the audio for you to listen to and to see what it's like. It's like a whole other show as a thank you. With that said, please enjoy the rest of your podcast on YouTube.
The reason behind Virtual Lifeline being a VR chat based one is because I haven't really had a normal life IRL. IRL, I couldn't just sit down and be like, is that worth being an inspiration behind a song? Like, IRL, it's so much harder to find real inspiration without somehow copying another artist. And I wanted to make something that was genuinely mine and my band's own creation. Something we made that no one can say was copyrighted or, oh, you got your inspiration from here. It's like, nah, yeah, it's from here and it's hard to find shit. But for it being VR chat based was because I've experienced the entirety of VR chat since I joined it. I experienced the original VR chat long ago and now. And it's the only thing that's changed is the updates to the game. The people are still as shitty as they used to be. I know everyone here can agree on that.
Okay. So, with this,
Go for it.
with the songs on the album, were there any that have specific choices for their placement?
Elaborate on that for me, would you?
Why did you choose that song to be on that album about VR chat? Is there any that has specific purpose, or are they all just generalized?
Let me bring it up because I need to relook at the fucking list. Sometimes I'm a dipshit.
It's okay. I am
Right.
too. I have a crappy memory.
When it comes to
Good point.
I'm pretty
when it comes to
As a
Good point.
so,
He finally
I
said
think we all know
something.
Chosen's
point.
opinion. I think we all know his opinion on why he on a virtual lifeline and whatnot. But for me, it's VR chat's like a second life.
I have to
Compared
agree
to
with that.
IRL,
That
I'm a whole nother person on
VR
here.
chat's a
I can
second
be
life
me. I can be
that
who I want
does that
to
stuff.
be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can agree with that. It's just a
Never,
second
and there's
life.
a lot of kids screaming slurs, running around in goofy avatars half the
Oh
time.
my
but
god, you have no idea how many times I've heard a kid come around swearing the N-word with a hard. I'm just like, wow, you're a disappointment as they run by me.
Go to a black cat. There's none of those there, not even a little bit.
Dude, in a black cat, it's just horny fucking people, and the moment a child comes in, a child's gone.
Understood.
When
Oh
it
my
comes to
God.
Virtual Lifeline,
Understood.
the inspiration behind it is inspired by the people I've met and seen in VR. I can go based off of which song can I go with it? Let's go with Touch Stars. That's one of our songs that actually talks about people who are fucking weird, for one. It's a song talking about people who go around and just looking for attention. It's an attention-based song. And one of the big inspirations behind it are people who like to go around and grab random women's titties in VR. Me included. I've actually been sexually assaulted by someone during a live event. That shit is fucking weird. And but it's kind of the ideology behind it was that like you won't see people do shit like this in real life. Almost the entire album, you won't see people willing to do this shit publicly IRL, but then they go into VR and they do it publicly in VR. And I wanted to encapsulate that specific essence of why the fuck are you doing it in VR, but you're not brave enough to do it IRL?
Okay.
It's a game. Oh.
It is a
Holy
life
shit, he says
choice,
more words than
motherfucker.
drug into it. I'm impressed. Sorry.
Alrighty. Understood.
But like the
Honestly, I would like to hear more from you.
Master Chef says a word.
Chosen,
The
you
full
got my
ideation
interest way up, man.
behind-
I know I've got these two, but you're the only one, quiet one out of the bunch, and the quiet ones are the scary ones, and those are the ones that's got stories. We're just waiting.
Says. Okay.
Says me. I used to be the quiet kid. I used to be. The ideation directly behind Virtual Lifeline is like even just the title for the song is why it's encapsulating on the one subject of why has VR felt more like it's a lifeline, like as if I need it more than I do my own real life.
Hmm.
I wanted to encapsulate that idea. So I went around figuring out what are ideologies that you only see in VR that you don't see in IRL. What makes this so required in someone's life? And that's kind of how I've been trying to put it for people is why do people cling onto something they can do IRL, but they don't do it there, but they do it here?
Oh, okay. So what made you want to choose those themes for the album? Why pick those
What made me
for? Yeah.
I would say out of VR, those were the most noticeable themes. People being horny as fuck, weird as fuck, or just going around touching people. Like, I wanted to encapsulate those ideologies, like the certain fucking trends in VR chat, along with the opposite end of it, the things that you know are there but people don't really talk about. Like, I wanted to encapsulate all of it. So I picked these subjects like people being obsessed with Musk. This is mostly a furry album, so it's mostly a furry VR chat album, but people being obsessed with Musk, you know, people like lift the armpit, immediately they shove their nose into your armpit. Like, I wanted to encapsulate every ideology that people see on a day-to-day here in VR chat, even if it's just on like social media. And it's
I mean,
how I've been
Elon
trying
Musk
to
is pretty
encapsulate.
cool, bro. Oh wait,
That
are
man
we
is a
talking about the wrong
lizard
Musk?
person. Not that kind
Do
of
you know?
Musk.
Oh,
Oh,
Musk means stink. Musk means like actual stench.
Talking BO,
Yes,
not the other kind of musk that you think you're going, well, I want to take her out on a date. She's got that favorite musk that everybody wants. No, not that kind. The other
Exactly.
way around. It's the one you go, my God, did you smell that? Smells like a hog operation just about 6 miles down.
But when I wrote these ideas, it was long before the band was fully together, before we finally sat down and figured out what the fuck we wanted to do. Those are just the ones about VR chat. I have songs talking about personal mental health too. I'm not just. When I had the idea of creating music, I told to myself I wanted to be like Citizen Soldier, talking about sensitive subjects that people are too afraid to talk about. Because Citizen Soldier, if y'all don't listen to them, literally sits out and plays some harsh subjects like suicide, mental health. Like, they go fucking crazy, and it is a big inspiration behind what I want to do. I want people to connect. And that is the entire envision behind our music. Is how can we create music that people can connect to, and people don't just connect to. I want to be like some artists where like this song is got a sad subject behind it and it's sad tone, all that. The moment people listen to it, they start crying because it's that emotional. I want people to feel what's being portrayed. I don't want them just to sit there and be like, yeah, that's a good song. No. They'll be like, oh my god, that's a good song, while crying, or while happy tears, or just like it's supposed to encompass everything, not just a part of it.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask another question of the three of you as well. What have been some of your favorite memories in terms of music and VR chat? I think I know
Mine would be
Chosen's answer,
meeting my idols.
but I'm gonna ask all of you something other than that, please.
For me, it was meeting my idols. My idols when it comes to VR chat and furry stuff was Whispers, Johnny Canine, and Corbell. I met all three of them. Johnny Canine and Whispers became like family to me, and I'm forever grateful that I know them. You know the idea where people say, don't meet your idols, they will disappoint you? Yeah, didn't happen for me. My idols have been a shining star even after meeting them. I mean, I sit down and I support Johnny every day I can. When he's going down, I'm diving down into that pit and helping him. I am always looking to make everyone's days better, and meeting them was the best thing I could have had. It gave me even more inspiration. I can say this though, the moment I met Whispers, I had a fucking heart attack. Go for it, Cole.
What was the question again?
What are some of your favorite memories involving music and VRChat?
Probably the time I met the Do and Tim Henson. They are both the guitarists I look up to, and I wish I could be that good. I love Tim. I'm probably saying his name wrong. I'm not really good at speaking. His band. I'm also gonna say this wrong. Polyphia. Probably said that wrong. I love their band and their stuff. Recently learning some of their songs, Goat and Playing God. I have used those songs a lot. I play them all the time. I probably annoyed this one with Goat every day. But that's
No, I mean with everything every day.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think that's all I can think of at the moment.
I'm number 4. I'm Chosen Nub number 4. There used to be a group called Chosen Nub that later disbanded. It was the greatest thing when I joined, but after that, I don't know. And I'm the only last Chosen Nub, I guess. Ow. Womp womp.
Wah, wah.
But I was I was talked into this by Crystal.
Oh, don't even.
So wait, hold on. You may be saying that you were dragged into it in a connotation that you don't like it, but you also mentioned it as one of your favorite memories, so you kind of like it too.
Correct.
Yeah,
He's gonna
motherfucker.
start saying that for everything. What's your favorite movie? I was dragged into this.
Okay, I have a question that I have to ask to it. Why do you choose to say I was dragged into it for most answers?
Ooh. You can't say I was dragged into it as an answer to that fucking question.
Like that. What was his answer? No.
Crystal.
Don't point at me. Actually fucking answer it, motherfucker.
Watch, as soon as the camera turns
fucking
off,
got
he's just going
this.
to be talking off our ears the entire time.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. The fucking camera come on. He's gonna go to town on us, man. And I'm going, wow, you're gonna have to put it back up just to put it back up. Going, he does say more than 4 words per minute. Wow.
Bruh, alrighty.
You getting dissed today, Chosen.
Sorry, Joseph. We had to pick on you a little bit.
But we got to pick a little bit, but
Alrighty.
So, with that said, what made you choose the name of the band when you named yourselves?
Well, I sat down with Cole, and it was just a random idea because our original band name was kind of shit. It was Lunargens, and it wasn't really representing what we do or what we say. Like, our music is more than just dark and demeaning, not demurring. Fucking brain.
Nice.
Yes, we're very demure. The name Virtual21 kind of comes from just things I've grown up with. I've grown up with a lot of things where the title said 21 at the end of it, and I was like, I don't know why. Like, I sat down with Cole and I was like, wait, this fucking fits. This fucking fits. I said, what if we did Virtual21? Because we're a virtual band, and 21 just because it rhymed. It really did. Just fucking. It matched. It matched to the tone perfectly. I was like, this fits. Because, like, we're planning on having. I'm thinking of, like, logos all the time. I'm thinking, like, V221. Like, in a very unique way. Like, a very simplified logo. And, like, it just fit. So I was like, you know what? Let's fucking roll with it. And it's been that way since.
Okay. So, last couple of questions before we start wrapping this whole thing up. First of which is, what made you choose the names you use in VRChat, and why use it for so long?
Ooh, that's a tough one. For me, it is a very close name, as it is actually a part of my persona's name. I went by Crystal Love. Crystal, which is part of my persona's name. My persona's name is Crystal Light because of her very upbringing essence. It was kind of part of her name. I went with Love because I want people to know that I don't just, like, I'm not just some fucking crazy bitch. I'm trying to bring as much love as I can, add it to my name. I was like, it fits. It's a good. It reminds me of my persona, and it was just perfect, just
I
perfect.
mean, from
And
personal experience.
why I picked it for so long, I picked it and it fit very well, and I just had no reason to change it. And what'd you say about personal experiences? Oh, you just gonna say and from personal experiences and then fucking shut up. Nah, bitch.
Oh my god.
What about you, Cole?
Mine's actually pretty funny. I was when I was little, my mom was like, "This is an older one, so I'm not too worried about saying this because this isn't the same thing anymore." But my mom was like, "You have to make an email," and I was like, "I don't know how." So then after she showed me, she was like, "You got to come up with a name for it," and I was so fascinated with robots at the time.
Oh.
So so now it's my everything. It was really funny. I couldn't get rid of it. It was too funny to me. But the 37 was because Just Colbot was taken. So I had to go 37.
Oh,
Before that, my username used to be all for everything. It used to, I swear to God, it was Fishing White Jim because the H wouldn't fit. Because Jim is my papa, and we used to go fishing with him a lot, and we were lazy. Couldn't come up with a name.
I mean, we are all lazy in some way.
Well, I
What'd you
did
say?
explain why I named myself Chosen, technically, because I did originally join a group that was Chosen Nubs. But I'm just number 4.
ah,
I don't know.
you don't know? So, if you joined a group that called themselves Chosen Nubs, why did you choose to keep the name Chosen Nub?
Because I was originally number 4, and Chosen Up had a meeting, but the members already dispersed. But I was a trader of VR items. The others traded other stuff.
Ah, okay. Final question for the three of you. The avatars you're in, what makes you want to choose them, and is there any meaning behind it?
Mine is a representation of my persona into the Foxy Paw rune. I sat down personally and made her, and it's been the best I can get it. I sat down for think 2-3 hours trying to come up with the way to fucking take my persona's representation and put it into VR. So, and I stick with it because it's me.
What about you, Cole?
This Abby is it's a Nova I found a long time ago. I thought it was really that's much it. I have a persona, I just haven't gotten it made yet. I have someone that's working on it, taking their sweet time.
Okay.
And I just like the way it looks.
It looks really nice. What about you, Chosen Nub? Why are you in that
Well.
avatar? What makes you keep on using it?
I use it because one of the original Chosen Up gave the avatar to me,
Oh,
and I've been using it ever since.
ah. Well, it's a really nice avatar, Master Chef.
Also because I keep on
Like
saying
some kind of
Macintosh
deep
and stuff.
history. The history of
Bruh.
Well, thank you.
Oh,
Oh. Well, thank you very much for joining us. It was an absolute pleasure getting to meet and learn all about you. It's been an honor, and thank you. Oh,
Yeah, no problem. It's been an honor getting to be on y'all's podcast.
oh. So,
We appreciate it.
if the audience wishes to reach out and find you, where would they reach out and find your music or you?
If they want to reach us directly, we do have an email, virtual21band@gmail.com. If you want to find us on YouTube or SoundCloud, it is Virtual21. That is our band name. Right now, our YouTube and our Spotify are under a lot of construction, so you might be able to find us, but not look like the actual band or anything really. We're still working the kinks out on that. But y'all will get to see. We will be there. And y'all will start seeing music produced there. We will be doing our best to keep it consistent rather than, oh, hey, one here and then 12 years later produce another one. We'll do our best to keep it consistent. We're always looking for improvement. And if any of y'all have ideas that y'all want to pitch to us, feel free to reach out to us. We have our email.
Well, with that said, we'll ask you, the audience, one final question before we wrap this up and hand it to Raptor. What was the last thing you were dragged into by your friends or your family? Let us know down below. We'd like to read all about your stories. Yes, we know your answer, but Chosen Nub.
Chosen, we know, buddy. We know. We know.
A little
Boy.
birdie told us that you were dragged into it. Well, Mr.
God.
Raptor, you know the
God,
things.
Chosen.
I got you. No matter what, folks, when you come into VR, and I always say this to certain friends and stuff like this, sometimes you come into VR, you're always looking for that thing you can never find. But sometimes you get lucky and you do find it. But if you bump into Chosen, all he's going to say he was just dragged into it. And guess what? Find that rope, let him go. He wants to go outside to go pee. He was doing it earlier, but he could have got his foot stuck in the door. We'll talk to you later. Bye, folks.